A Pigeons of Paris, the last flight. In the summer of 1944, communication was a matter of life and death. The resistance in Paris was being squeezed, and the radio towers had been seized. In a small, hidden coop on a rooftop near Notre Dame, an old man named Hugo cared for his last few homing pigeons. To the soldiers in the streets, they were just pests. But to Hugo, they were Blue and Giselle, the only messengers who could fly over the walls of the city. A group of resistance fighters was trapped in a cellar 5 miles away, surrounded and out of ammunition. Their only hope for a rescue was to get a message to the advancing Allied lines. A young girl, no older than 12, managed to sneak through the alleys and reach Hugo's rooftop with a tiny slip of paper. Hugo attached the message to the leg of Blue, his strongest bird. But as Blue took flight, a hawk used by the enemy patrols for hunting messengers circled above. Blue was intercepted. Hugo watched with a breaking heart as his best bird fell. There was only one chance left: Giselle. She was smaller, slower, and had never flown a mission in the smoke of battle. "Go, little one," Hugo whispered, tossing her into the gray air. As Giselle rose, the sirens began to wail. The sky was filled with the black puffs of anti-aircraft fire and the heavy smell of burning oil. Giselle didn't fly straight. She flew low, weaving through the stone chimneys and under the arches of the bridges, using the city itself as a shield. Twice she was clipped by shrapnel. Twice she landed on a ledge, her chest heaving, her feathers stained with red. But something drove her, perhaps the memory of the corn Hugo fed her, or perhaps an instinct deeper than war. She took off again, crossing the front lines just as the sun began to set. She landed on the shoulder of a startled Allied sergeant, her tiny legs trembling. The message was read. Within the hour, a tank division was rerouted. The trapped resistance fighters were saved. When the city was finally liberated, a group of soldiers came to Hugo's rooftop. They didn't come to arrest him. They came to bring him a small wooden box lined with silk. Inside, Giselle was resting, her wing bandaged by a military medic. Hugo didn't get a medal, but for the rest of his life, he never had to buy birdseed again. The people of the neighborhood saw to that. He taught the children of the village that sometimes